many of you took transit to get to this meeting? Great. Okay, so I guess we'll go back to the beginning. I'm with TTCriders, and we're a group that advocates for transit riders. We like to call ourselves the voice of transit riders. And one of our main campaigns is lower fares and more service. That relates very much to this budget. The focus is mainly on the operations budget, not so much on the capital budget, because the operation budget is what sort of provides the actual bus service, subway service, LRT, RT, all of that kind of service in Toronto. And one of the things about Scarborough Village is that over half the residents don't have a driver's license. And so they're reliant either on walking or taking the TTC to get around. And we're going to be building a subway. However, that subway is only going to go as far east as Danforth Road. And so a lot of the people in Scarborough Village, when they need to get to Cedar Brae or when they need to get to the Scarborough Town Centre, they're still going to be taking a bus and they're still going to be transferring from one bus to another. And so it's really important that the existing service be there for them. The other thing that has been happening is we've had a lot of fare increases over the years. And so when you use fare increases to expand service, you actually disqualify a lot of people from being able to access the public transit that they so desperately need to get to these places that are kind of stretched out in Scarborough. So anyway, just to give you a quick rundown on the operations budget, they have agreed to put $5.4 million toward Sunday subway service starting at 8 a.m. instead of at 9 a.m. And the bus service will be more reliable. And they're going to bring in 4 new, soon-to-be-announced bus routes that will be express bus routes and will run all day. We're just not sure where these buses are going to run yet. Okay, the next one. And then, but then there were things that they didn't find. And some of those things were improvements to subway reliability. So things like emergency repairs, power outages, signaling that doesn't work because of flooding, those things are not going to be addressed, and we're going to have more. We're going to continue to have delays on the subway. They also did not fund 3-minute service on the Young Line during off-peak hours. There was a proposal to have 2-hour transfers, which would have been also very nice because a lot of times if you're on the TTC, you're coming home from work, you need to get off, get a few groceries, you need to pick up your kids from childcare. A 2-hour transfer would have allowed you to do that without having to pay another token or cash fare. And then there was also the low-income pass, which it doesn't appear to be any funding available for that yet, although to be fair, the low-income pass is something that they're going to be looking at this year. And we're advocating for a $50 low-income pass and transit for people on Ontario Works and ODSP. And that's sort of our poverty reduction strategy component. Okay, so when we look at the TTC and the funding, back in 1995, the province dropped funding TTC service. And so the TTC has kind of been running without provincial support. Over the years, the city subsidy has dropped. If you look just over to the right-hand box here, your right-hand side of it, in 2010, the city subsidy was 93 cents per ride, and now in 2016, we're looking at 89 cents city subsidy per ride. So it's improving a little bit, but we're still not even back at 2010 levels. And that seems to have put us in this situation where whenever we're looking at service increases, we're going to pay for them by raising fares. So our position is that we would like the city to contribute $1.26 per ride, and we would like the province to come back into funding TTC service and they should match the city's contribution. And I'm sure everybody's wondering, well, you know, how are you going to get them to do this? Well, there are a number of revenue tools that our organization has looked at, and I guess the next one. And also there are a number of reasons why we think they should do that. It would at least bring the TTC back up to being on par with other cities in Canada in terms of a subsidy. And we could then really start to improve service instead of restoring it to pre-Ford levels. We could also stop raising fares and provide this low-income pass. And then we could get back to focusing on $2.4 billion backlog in good maintenance and repair of existing infrastructure. And also we would have the 2-hour transfers. So some of the ways that we could pay for that would be if the province were to raise corporate taxes, income tax on the wealthy, gas tax. We haven't had a gas tax increase for 20 years. And the city could look at raising property taxes, parking fee, vehicle registration tax, development charge increase. These things together would generate, I think, enough money for us to be able to do the things we really need to do to promote transit justice and to make the TTC operate at its full potential. The more service you can provide for a system like the TTC, the more people you're going to have taking it, and it's going to address the other issues like traffic congestion that are a big concern to us right now. So I guess that's everything. I just have, I guess I can skip that. But I guess if you want to talk to me about how to get involved and call your counselor, then